It's official. On October 28, 2023, boxer Tyson Fury will take on UFC star Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia, and there's a lot at stake. Isn't there? Well, how important this is depends on your perspective. This isn't a title bout, so really. It's all about pride, but pride is every bit as important as the title right. The mere fact that the world's most decorated heavyweight boxer and the widely recognized MMA heavyweight champion are coming together is a testament to how the boundaries of traditional matchups are shifting, something that seemed practically impossible just a year or two ago. Ngannou has expressed his desire to step into the boxing ring for some time, and it was this desire that played a role in widening the gap between him and UFC leader Dana White. This gap grew so wide that the promotion released him and even vacated his heavyweight title. Subsequently, Ngannou signed with the lesser-known Professional Fighters League, so he could pursue both sports concurrently. The chances are that pretty much every online sports betting UK site will have Fury down as the favorite, because he has the most boxing experience. Facing Tyson Fury in a boxing ring will present a multitude of challenges. Standing at 6'9" with an 85-inch reach, he has the option to maintain distance and use his jab effectively to keep opponents at bay while weighing in with powerful combinations of his own. However, he's not just a defensive fighter, he can be aggressive when the situation calls for it. In bouts, such as his rematch with Deontay Wilder, he capitalized on his size, advancing and overwhelming his opponents on the front foot. Evaluating Ngannou's boxing skills is difficult because UFC is a very different ball game. While he normally fights from a traditional right-handed stance, he can also use his left pretty well, and has a pretty solid left uppercut. He can also switch stances occasionally during stand-up exchanges and generally prefers combination punching rather than relying on single strikes. His aggressive fighting style means that he can close the distance, and get plenty of punches in. However, it has to be noted that when Ngannou faced Cyril Gane, the best boxing opponent he's come up against in the UFC, he found himself relatively neutralized during the first 2 rounds and had to resort to taking the fight to the ground with 4 takedowns, spending a substantial portion of the final 15 minutes in top control. In a boxing match against Tyson Fury, this won't be an option. Advantage Fury. Many would argue that Francis Ngannou's best chance to win against Tyson Fury is by landing that knockout blow. Ngannou's left uppercut knockout of Alistair Overeem at UFC 218 remains legendary, even 6 years after the spectacular finish. Dana White, the president of the UFC, has even acknowledged his insane punching power in the lead up to Ngannou's first encounter with Stipe Miocic in 2018. It's said that his punches are equivalent to 96 horsepower, comparable to the impact of a Ford Escort traveling at max speed. A truly devastating and astonishing impact. It's also worth noting that Fury has been knocked down 6 times in boxing matches, which involve larger 10-ounce gloves, quite different from the 4-ounce gloves Ngannou normally wears in MMA. However, he has also consistently risen after these knockdowns. The biggest questions revolve around whether Ngannou's punching power will translate to the larger gloves used in boxing and, even more importantly, whether he can successfully land these devastating blows. Advantage Ngannou. Favorites and betting odds aside, what if Tyson Fury were to suffer a knockout? Fury is a 2-time champion with an undefeated professional record. He not only avenged a draw with 2 KO victories but also triumphed over opponents who possessed more boxing experience than Ngannou could ever hope of having. This won't be a pantomime performance, this will be a proper bout, and an actual loss for Fury would likely result in resounding laughter from those who have prematurely declared boxing is dead. The reigning heavyweight champion of the ring might never recover from the loss, and the sport might even suffer as a result. While some may dismiss it as either a fluke or even suggest that Fury didn't take it seriously, it would be tough to find any explanation that could overshadow the image of the era's most exceptional heavyweight losing to someone in their first ever boxing bout. So, will Fury win? Let's face it, the pressure is on his shoulders, and there'll be a lot of Fury, us faces in the world of boxing if he doesn't.